Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Movie Pod, where you're joined by our co-host Joseph and, of course, me, Isaac. And we'll be giving our review on the latest episode of The Mandalorian Season 3. Episode 5, directed by Peter Ramsey, wrote by Jon Favreau, of course, and it was titled The Pirates. And one of my favorite Mandalorian episodes to date. One of my favorite Mandalorian episodes to date. I loved it. We did our watch party. Joseph, what do you think of that episode?
Well, as I said in the live, I think the first half of the episode very hard to get
Not
through.
the first half, maybe the first quarter. Halfway, we were having the big fights and stuff.
Once the big fight started, once they got back to Navarro, once the Mandalorians got back to Navarro, it really picked up. But before then, I just felt like the episode was slow, and it just felt, I don't know. We hadn't seen Mando or Grogu up until then. We were focusing on Grief, and obviously the pirate. I can't think of his name. But once the Mandos get back to, realistically, once we go to Coruscant, it kind of picks up. And we see that. Do we have a name for him?
The New Republic pilot? Oh, we do. Don't remember there. New Republic.
Yeah.
He's in the trailer.
Yeah. So he's becoming kind of important, actually.
I think he knows a lot.
Yeah. But once we see him on Coruscant talking with the lady from episode 3, the little demon woman, that's where the episode really picks up. But until then, probably about 15 minutes through the episode, it's kind of really slow, and just, for me, it's hard to get through. But once it really picks up, it really picks up.
Yeah, well,
I do like slow and story-driven stories, but it's just, I don't find Grief that compelling. We've gotten a lot of him already.
Yeah, we had him for like the first 7 minutes, just him. And I agree, I wouldn't say it's a slow start because it's a long episode. It's 45 minutes. It was moving along quite fast, this episode. And, dude, I'll put clips up of my reaction, but we saw Zeb.
Straight to it.
We saw Zeb. I gotta go straight to it because that's huge. Every single person, every single Rebels character has basically been confirmed in Ahsoka. Like, we got Sabine confirmed, obviously Ezra, Thrawn, Hera. They're all confirmed. The only one we didn't get confirmed was Zeb. We're like, is he going to be in it? If so, is he going to be a costume, CGI, mocap? What is he going to be? And it looks like it was mocap, maybe. Mocap or CGI. And we got him, dude. Dude, they just threw it in there. They didn't lead up to it.
Yeah.
They just casually, Zeb walks over to the New Republic pilot sergeant guy. He walks over and they have a little talk, and it was Zeb. You can tell by the voice. At first, I'm like, is that Zeb? Because I'm like, oh, it's the same species. And I'm like, that sounds like freaking Zeb. And we're surprised it was Zeb. That's crazy, bro. I'm a massive Rebels fan, and Joseph hasn't seen Rebels. Don't ask me why he hasn't seen it. I don't know. I've been telling him for months to go and watch it.
I've seen the important parts.
Well, clearly, you don't even know who Zeb is. Dude, you need to watch Rebels before Ahsoka. If you don't, then a lot of stuff in Ahsoka, you will experience Ahsoka a lot better. Especially when you see Ezra and Thrawn. Bro, the fact... Okay, if you watch Rebels, when in Ahsoka, when we see Ezra and Thrawn in the unknown regions, you're gonna go nuts. You'll go... Like, you need to watch it. Bro, it will be so much beneficial to yourself. You're gonna go ballistic when we see Thrawn and Ezra. Because you haven't seen it. So, like, why would you care about those characters? You know what I mean? Like, they don't connect with you. So, everybody. You guys say everyone.
I know a lot about Ezra Bridger.
This goes to everybody. If you haven't watched Rebels, then go and watch Rebels. It is not a... Yes, it has its kiddie episodes, but so does the Clone Wars. And why is the Clone Wars so adored and then Rebels is so left out? When I would say, arguably... This is a hot take. Rebels is somewhat better than Clone Wars in a way. In a way. Don't take it out of context. Rebels is better than Clone Wars in a way. I would rather rewatch Rebels than Clone Wars. Clone Wars is too long.
But Rebels is shorter.
Yes, that's one of the factors. Yeah.
There's less filler.
That's one of the factors. But this episode was crazy. I felt like it was fast paced. It got right to it. It had very good pacing. The editing was very good, switching between characters, Grief, and then over onto Coruscant with the New Republic officer. Is getting Zeb in there, and then the New Republic officer goes to the Mandalore moon where they're all on after he hears the news of the pirates coming and taking over Navarro, which is where Carl Weathers' character is, Grief Karga. And dude, Mandalorians come out, Big Paz Vizsla, Big Paz. Okay, gained a lot of respect for Paz this episode. Overall, I don't like him. Overall, I don't like Paz. He seems like a very just up himself character, jealous character. But dude, yeah, and so the Mandalorians, Din does a little speech to try to get the Mandalorians to go and help. You guys know how it happens because you obviously watched the episode. So I don't really want to do a recap of the episode. I just want to get to the juicy bits and do our review. Because just seeing Zeb, bro, I couldn't focus for the next 10 minutes. I was just like, that was Zeb. That's it. I literally had to wind back and confirm to myself that was Zeb. The pirates, as you said, Joseph, you only started liking it when the pirate stuff really picked up with the battle and stuff.
It was, yeah, because that's where this season I feel like has really shined. As you said at the start of the episode, the dialogue in the season has been
it's been a bit cringe. It's been a few lines that are a bit cringe. They threw in they threw in a line something along the lines, "Who shot first?"
Yeah.
And then they had it's a trap. Yeah, I get it, but it kind of takes you out of it.
But yeah, no, just like I think I had this problem with episode 3. We've had a lot of Grief before. Like, he's been a season 1 character. And I feel like just continuing to explore him is just...
I don't think so, because I think he's a very important character. Especially for Mandalorian.
Yeah, but I would rather see more of this plotline that we get at the end of this episode with
we finally
Bo and the Armorer.
Yeah, we finally get an episode.
Paz, or even if we actually found out more about this pirate, like I feel like I don't know him. Like this big pirate, I feel like I know more of Vane than I do of this guy.
I like that.
Big pirate.
Look, I like that. Star Wars, the problem with Star Wars is the galaxy is so big and we always get recurring characters. We never get... I liked Armored Best saving Grogu. I kind of like that better than Anakin or Palpatine. It makes the galaxy so much more bigger. Because it is a massive galaxy.
Yeah, but I would rather them flesh out this character than not to, instead of giving us more of a character in which we've seen for the past 3 seasons. Because it's such a limited show, and obviously we're not going to see this guy for at least a while, because, you know. But I feel like it was just, we could have seen more of him, seen more of what he's like, but he's just kind of like a standard pirate. That's fine, but if they filled that, I would rather, what I'm saying is I would rather them give us more of him than, say, Grief. But
you would rather skip the pirate than Grief?
Just for this one episode, but like if they gave us something else, like I said, like this Armorer, Bo-Katan storyline that they've given us, which is really picking up now.
Yeah, we finally got a plot of what's happening in the season. It took us 5 episodes, but I absolutely love it. You know, when these kind of Mandalorian episodes are airing, Star Wars is very much so alive, as I said in the watch party.
Yeah.
This episode, I have nothing. Maybe I have nothing negative to say about it except maybe the few cringy lines. But that's nothing. I give the episode a 10 out of 10. One of my favorite Mandalorian episodes to date. Definitely my favorite one this season. Followed by Mines of Mandalore. And yeah, this sets up a lot. We're getting Moff Gideon. We kind of had a Thrawn tease. We had a Sabine tease. We had all the Mandalorians are gonna come together, bro. The Armorer is gonna take her helmet off. We're gonna get her revealed. I reckon all of the Mandalorians are gonna come together. The Armorer had a massive change of heart. You know, she's always like, really strict and stuff. But she's like, Bo-Katan, you can go claim the Mythosaur. and you're gonna reunite Mandalorian as one culture. Who's gonna lead that culture? I assume it's Bo-Katan. And then she comes up with the rules. She literally said, Bo-Katan, remove your helmet.
I really thought that the armor was gonna remove her helmet because we spoke about it
Yeah, who she is.
being
yeah. From the Clone Wars.
who was it?
Yeah, with the green, black hair.
the purple hair.
Purple hair, yes. So, dude, this season's really moving along. 3 episodes to go, and I think these next 3 episodes are going to be big. The fact that they really just threw Zeb in there. Just plonked him in there. They didn't make it big. They, this really quietly did it. I absolutely love that. They didn't have any tension to it, so it's right in our faces, and we're not leading up to tension. Because there's 2 ways you can do tension. You can throw it at them right away, or you can build up. This was not a build-up of tension. And as soon as we saw Zeb, we all went crazy. Well, if you've seen Rebels. And
I still stand by. The season is going to be how do you put it? A cliffhanger season.
Yeah.
We're not going to get... I feel like 3
these-
episodes is not enough to give us a big battle.
I reckon these 3 next episodes are going to be all over 40 minutes long. I think we're getting Moff Gideon. I thought this episode, like that ship at the end, that the New Republic officer was flying.
That was great.
The Imperial ship that was all torn apart. I'm like, what if we see a blue hand or something? Or... So it's Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon escaped. Who saved him? There was Beskar. What if it was his Dark Troopers? Because they have Beskar.
Yeah, that's more likely.
Although it could have been Sabine.
What if it was the armorer?
Or...
I'm just throwing that out into the void.
Yeah.
I doubt
Or
it, but I'm just throwing it.
Ezra
She does seem sus.
Ezra and Thrawn. What if Ezra... I think Ezra... We're doing Ahsoka predictions, obviously, when we get closer to Ahsoka. But I think Ezra's turned bad. He's been with Thrawn. Thrawn has definitely would have been able to manipulate him. I reckon Ezra's gonna be bad, and Ahsoka and Ezra are gonna have a little fight. But being with Thrawn for all those years, Thrawn easily could manipulate Ezra. He's only a teenager. So we'll obviously do that again. Predictions for Ahsoka later, but this episode was a 10 out of 10. The music, the action, the cinematography, the directing, Peter Ramsey. I really loved this episode, and The Mandalorian, I am very excited for next week's episode, and the 3 episodes we have left, they're all going to be banger. I think we are safe to say that we're not going to have any slow episodes. This episode was definitely not a filler. I can see why you didn't like the first... Well, you said you started liking it when they went to Coruscant, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't like the first, 7 minutes? Because that was that 7 minute
Yeah,
mark.
no, that's true.
So you didn't like the first 7 minutes out of the 43 minute episode.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you can mark it down to like a 30. We had I get what you mean, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we've gotten so much of grief that I want more. I'm really liking that the new
Dude.
The new guy.
Yeah, we didn't have any of Grogu.
I want to get more of him though.
We got none Grogu. I'm okay with that.
I know.
Because Mandalorian is a show that allows so many spin-offs and sets up so many different stories. I get that. But just this episode alone, sets up the show, sets up this season especially, like, a lot. And, yeah, I'm really excited for next week's episode. Episode 6, dude, I can't believe that. But I reckon they're all going to be long episodes. Episode 7 is Dave's... 7, episode 7, my guy.
That's going to be massive. Now, knowing what we know now, it's going to be massive.
Knowing what we know now. Thrawn. Sabine. I think we're going to see Thrawn in this episode. We're not going to hear him. We're going to see a blue hand. At the end of one of the episodes, I strongly believe we're going to see a blue hand. And we know it's Thrawn. I think it's going to happen, dude. To get us all hyped up for Ahsoka, I think they would be bold enough to do it. It would be quite sick. We see the back of Ezra's head. Dude. So, I guess Zeb is confirmed to be in Ahsoka. He's working for the New Republic. Not surprised. Love Zeb. One of my favorite standout Rebel characters. Love his arcs. And man, Wha- the last 5 minutes, man, it was, as you said, this season's gonna be really it's gonna finish on a cliffhanger. I think so too. Um, the last like 5-10 minutes with Bo-Katan and the Armorer, and then going back to the New Republic officer with that ship, the Imperial ship that Moff Gideon broke out of. Something big is coming, dude. Something big's coming.
Definitely, and they're definitely teeing it up. But
They
that's
are.
why I think there's going to be a big reveal in like the final episode, and then it's either going to set up Ahsoka really well,
Yeah,
or it's
I
going to set
think
up the
that's what
next
it's gonna.
season, just kind of like
I
Luke in season
I
2.
think it will set up Ahsoka more than the next season. I think it's very heavily gonna set up Ahsoka, the Ahsoka show. We could get a post-credit scene of Kelly and Beck and Grogu prequel show, to the Mandalorian. But I don't know. Maybe they could reveal that at Celebration. But at the moment, I don't really care about that because this episode is. I'm just excited to see the future with Moff Gideon, Thrawn. It's all leading up, as I've said, to the big endgame battle that Dave and John are gonna do. It's gonna be a movie. I hope, man. That's the dream.
Yeah,
That is the dream.
I think we see Ahsoka next episode.
No. It'll be if we see Ahsoka, it'll be written by Dave. So episode 7. No Ahsoka episode will be. Dave wouldn't let someone else write Ahsoka episode. I don't
All
think.
right.
No way. No one else can handle Ahsoka except Dave. Um, all the episodes of Ahsoka, like important, like the one in Mandalorian, one in Boba, it's all Dave. The Ahsoka show is fully written by Dave. So it'll be episode 7. I think episode 7 will be big, just because we know it's written by Dave, and because Dave's very limited to this season because he worked very hard on Ahsoka. So episode 7, I think we're getting big reveals. I'm very excited for next week, and I think it's safe to say that there's no filler, no boring. This episode, you could say episode 3 is a filler. I don't think so. I don't think this season's had any filler, at all. Okay, you could say episode 4. Episode 4 was filler actually, except the Grogu bits. You could say like the dragon.
Yeah, that is how I see it. I see the dragon, like the kid part of it, as filler, just so that
Yeah.
there's more time for the flashback.
Exactly. So they just don't have a 10-minute episode of just flashbacks.
Exactly.
And I think Dave Filoni, because that episode is co-written by Dave and written by John. I think John wrote the Mandalorian bits and Dave wrote the Order 66 flashbacks. I think. Really excited for next week's episode. Yeah, there's so much they could really do now. It's really getting a move on. And it seems like Coruscant is our new Tatooine. It's like the planet we're all going to now. Like we used to always be
Din
on
hasn't been there.
Tatooine. We used to be all on Tatooine. Now we're going. We were on Coruscant in the Bad Batch, the Mando show. We're going there in Jedi Survivor. Like, dude.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We love Coruscant. I want to see. No, I want to see more of Coruscant post Empire. I mean, we got it. I thought it would be a lot more wrecked, but I mean, they did set up the New Republic. Yeah, dude. It's leading into something big, which ultimately leads into the sequels, unfortunately. But they could make it big, dude. They could make it really good. And with Dave and John doing it, who knows, man? It could be something dope we'll love. And as I said, leading up to the big endgame movie that is coming. But yeah, that's our review for The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 5. Might have a few more episodes coming to your way about this episode. You know, maybe a Zeb episode talking about Zeb and how it could connect with Ahsoka. And then obviously the ending with Moff Gideon and, yeah, Moff Gideon escaping. Who saved him? We can make a theory video about that. Who saved Moff Gideon? How did he escape? Sorry. And then what's going to happen next with the Armorer and Bo-Katan, the Mythosaur. Like, there's a lot of subplots this season, dude. A lot of subplots, I've noticed. A lot of subplots. But I think we finally got the big plot now. We know it's setting up. It's setting up the big thing. But there's been lots of subplots, a lot of little things happening on the side. That's all going to connect into one big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our review. Joseph, what do you give it out of 10?
8. 8, I think. 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5.
You give it an 8.5? I give it 10 out of 10. One of my favorite Mandalorian episodes to date. Top
It is my favorite of the season.
Yeah, my favorite this season. Probably top 6 favorite overall. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you in the next episode of the Movie Pod, which will be Bad Batch finale review, and we'll have more episodes of this episode we'll have more episodes talking about this episode of the Mandalorian coming your way. We'll definitely do a video about how did Moff Gideon escape, who saved him, whose best guard is that. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you in the next episode of the Movie Pod. My name's Isaac, joined by Joseph as the co-host. And
Always.
as always, and yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10. We'll see you in the next episode of the Movie Pod, where we'll be giving our Bad Batch finale reviews. Hyped for that, Joseph. You need to catch up.
Yeah, I do. That's
Yeah.
right. I'll finish it up.
Yeah. Alrighty,
Finish
guys.
it up tonight.
Yeah, you better. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you then.
Bye.